she is calling to me. Oh, I'm coming back home to Ireland.
Céad míle fáilte, 100,000 welcomes to Irish Paint Magic. I'm David Willis, and I want you to stay with me for the next 25-30 minutes or so. So come up here and I'll show you what I've done. I've got the 24 standard 24 by 18 canvas, and today we're going to County Wexford, to Waterford Harbour, and we're going to paint Hookhead. So what I've done here, I've got my usual contact paper here, and I've just blackened the canvas, just blackened it where I think the rocks and the coastline will be. There's no other reason to do anything else. The rest of the canvas is just double primed. I didn't put anything on it of yet. So a lot of you people might hear our new background music, which is absolutely brilliant, Ireland, my Ireland. And we're very lucky today that so many people, since they started watching our program, have taken up painting, because it's not just for the select few, it's for everybody. It's a simple way of painting. And we're very lucky to have the Dublin City Ramblers background music now. And today we have the pleasure of Sean, the leader of that group, who has come to the studio. He has taken up painting himself, and just in a short time, it's unbelievable the progress he has made with this system. So I'd just like to invite Sean onto the set today. So Sean, would you please come in? It's delighted to meet you.
Pleasure.
So I'd just like you, if you could show us, Sean, some of your paintings that you've done, even though you're only a beginner.
Yeah, only beginner. You always had a great interest, and when I saw your own program, it really inspired me, and it's amazing the amount of people it has inspired. This is one I did, the first one I did actually.
That's your very first?
Very first.
My God, that's very, very
after
good.
Seeing you,
and are you an expert at drawing?
No, absolutely not.
You don't really know. You just wanted to paint.
Just wanted to paint,
and you didn't want to spend the rest of your life just trying to draw before you paint.
No.
So now you've discovered a new way that you can paint without being able to draw.
Thanks to yourself. Yeah,
and that's great. And we like that. And that's an excellent start. So can you show us some more, please, Sean?
Yeah, this is another one I did. Just another from the water, different waterfall scene.
Yes.
But this is
that's beautiful, and it is beautifully presented.
Thank you.
The only thing I have to criticise a little bit is to watch your darks.
Yeah.
Try and mind your darks, and I keep saying it on the programme that your darks are your friend.
Yeah.
So you mind them, and when you get carried away mentally, you feel great, but mind the darks all the time. And that's a beautiful scene now. That's an absolutely beautiful scene. So show me another one.
This is just another one here. More trees and water and mountains.
And again, that's beautiful again. And I can see your signature here, and you've got great depth in the mountain. You have snow and you have shadow on the right side of it, and the light is coming in. Again here, just watch the dark. Mind the dark. If the light hits the right-hand side of the tree, it'll go back into a dark side. But just watch that. But that is beautiful. Absolutely, you got your sheen on the water. Everything is lovely. And I love your signature, Sean. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, it's most enjoyable. It's a fantastic hobby. This is just one I had an idea for, just to.
Oh, this is an oval scene now.
The oval scene, yeah.
And that is beautiful as well. And you have the lovely texture on the buildings, the old buildings, and you've got your reflections coming down onto and have broken them with a waterline, and that's lovely again. You've got your trees coming in, and you've got a three-dimensional effect.
Kept a little bit more darks in these. I'm learning
a little bit more dark, and that's what I'm saying. Keep minding the darks put on, and you've done all this now. I see with a fan brush. But sometimes you might be better off with a 1-inch brush to do this. And there are times when the fan brush, and you got your stones and everything is absolutely birds, everything is in there. So you're learning. You're learning without having to be able to draw.
Great pleasure doing it,
And that's great. And I can thank you for your fantastic Ireland. My Ireland is a most fantastic background music for this. And I want to sincerely thank you, Sean, and the group.
Thanks,
and for giving us the rights to play that. Because I'm sure all of Ireland will be singing it after this.
And they'll all be painting as well.
And I hope they will be.
They will indeed.
So, Sean, I want to sincerely thank you
for
coming on the show and to say keep up the old painting.
I will, and you can't stop.
Now, what I've got to do here is the black area, I've got to cover it with liquid clear, anywhere there's black. So I get the 2-inch brush, and sparingly now, it's very important that you do it sparingly. And it doesn't matter if you go up into the liquid white. It doesn't matter at all. Weren't they fantastic scenes by Sean of the Dublin City Ramblers? There's only one thing I forgot to tell him, and it was most important, that he really, if he wants to improve his painting, he certainly will have to practice his Cork accent. That will certainly help him. And all of you out there, try and practice your Cork accent, and the paint will go off the brush better, and it will sit down better on the canvas. Now what I'm going to do here is cover the rest of this canvas with liquid clear. Now all that has done is prepare the canvas. There's no other reason for that. If you want to test your canvas for the liquid white, put your finger on it, and if you get your own fingerprints, it's perfect. But if you get a blob of paint, it's too much. And if you don't get your own fingerprint, you haven't enough. I'm going directly into black now on its own. Just the black. On the 2-inch brush, I didn't clean the 2-inch brush. Now there is a little bit of blue in that black, I can see it already. But anyway, I put in the black and tone it down and spread it well out. There's more black, and the black will tone it down and make it look more Irish. Don't have your paints too blue. Don't have them like they're out in the tropics. And right down, and I'm lightening up on the stroke now. I am doing, this is an exaggeration, that. But think of the letter X spread well out like that. And leave little holes on the sky, little holes right down, and talk to your canvas and say, please, Mr. Canvas, take the paint off of the brush. And that's right down there. And that's quite all right. I just wipe the old brush and go across it very gently. That's the horizon. So I'm going to darken that here. Way out to sea there. Way out to sea. And right into the rocks. And right down in here. Right in here to the eddy. And I'm going to pick up another bit of black. This black actually is made, there's red in it. And it's very, very nice. I'm not talking about a raw black. It's a nice black. It's a warm black. And right in, there's another way you can put all this black if you wanted to with the black gesso, but today we'll just do it that little bit different. Today we'll do it different. And right in here, the water is quite deep in here. Want to be careful going in there. Don't be going in without a life jacket or taking a chance going swimming and spoiling everybody's holidays by doing stupid things. Be very careful of the sea. Sea can be a beautiful place, but be careful with it. And now I'm going to stop and I'm going to say to myself, go away from it. So I'm going to get the 1-inch brush and I'm looking up here at the canvas, and I'm going to put in some cloud formations. And all I'm going to do is get the titanium white with the 1-inch brush and tap in and pull it out. And go up and look at your canvas and you'll see the light and the dark. And play that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just keep as though the light is coming in from up there. And just tap it in. If you don't paint it, do not paint it, just tap it. And up here, where I'm picking up the dirt on that brush, I bring it in under here to form a cloud, a shadow on that cloud, by just tapping in. Just tapping in. Be gentle with it. And right along, maybe diffuse that, pick up a little bit more of the dirt, bring it in there. Pick up more of that dirt and bring it in there until form a lovely shadow at the base of the cloud. And then come off it and wipe your brush. Every time you come off, wipe the brush. Just pick up another bit of the white paint and tap into it and go right in there and play it against that dark, this dark here. Just play it and tap again, but do not, and I repeat, do not go up here to the light source. And just play it up so that one color will play against the other. Again, and again, right over, and it's only just tapping now. I can't stress it enough. And I'm going to say to myself, for God's sake, Dave, will you go away from it? If you don't, you'll only spoil it. And I'm going to say stop. So I get my 2-inch brush and very gently go across it. And I say, please, Mr. Sky, please sit down. Please sit down. Whisper. Whisper to it. Nice, soft sky. Lovely skies over Ireland these times. This is a great year for Ireland, and I think all over Europe. We have great weather. So now I'm just going to get white on its own, pull it out flat, and cut across it. Get that little roll of paint up on the knife. And that's pretty good. I can see it on the monitor now. That's a pretty good roll of paint. And come on up here to the canvas. And just cut into the canvas, but make sure that you keep the horizontally. In other words, with this up here, with the horizon, keep in line with that and you won't be far out. And just cut into the canvas and, like seesaw, get it off, and to give the illusion that the surf is breaking way outside. And it is breaking way outside. Just way outside, and don't go to a whole lot of trouble with it. Don't go to a whole lot of trouble, it's very far out. So what I'm going to do next now is, I just need to get out there in the headlands. I'm going to get my fan brush, a bit of Van Dyke Brown. Van Dyke Brown, push into it and get a little ridge of paint, and come along here and create a headland way back along there. And you'll come right over and down into the sea. Right along there. Right along here. This hook head, the lighthouse here, it guards the approach to Waterford Harbour. I know Waterford Harbour, a lot of friends over around that hook head, a lot of fishermen. They know me and I know them. I'm involved in fisheries. And I have good friends over here. And we want to try and, in the interest of conservation, see that everybody is happy and that they can all make a living, but at the same time minding our assets and our life, sea life. Now, just a little bit of yellow ochre, just to highlight a little bit of the headlands way over there. But don't flood it. Don't want to overdo it. Don't flood it. Just to create a little bit of interest. It's a long way over. And down. And now I'm going to get the knife. My knife. And with the Van Dyke Brown, there is a cliff face all along here. Right along there. Don't make it too big. It's far over in the bay.
My island, oh, I'm coming home.
This is also a very historic part of Ireland around here. Very interesting remains of old chapels and graveyards and churches all along here. Very historical area. And now I'm going to highlight that very slightly with a bit of white and a bit of dark sienna. Toning it down slightly. I don't want it jumping out too soon. I'm toning it down slightly with a bit of Van Dyke Brown. And I'm just cutting across it. And down here on the cliff face, just putting here and there, very little. Very little. I'm just putting just little highlights. And that goes in there. Now, I'm just going to get my fan brush, and maybe I should go in there with the surf as well. Just ordinary titanium white. Cutting in there to the cliff face. And in under the cliff face over there, where the surf would run in and just ripple up against the side of the cliff face. Right along there, and that's fine. And let it run in there, right along here. Waterford and Wexford, the two counties meet along here. And there can be great rivalry at times when it comes to the hurling and the football and that type of thing. And what's wrong with that? The only thing is, I don't know if they're good enough for Cork, the real county in Ireland. Well, that's debatable. We'll have another debate about that some other time. Now, what I'm going to do is bring this surf of the bank here over here with the Van Dyke Brown all along here, and let it run down. Don't have it too even there. That's fine. Now, what I'm going to do now is get a knife, And I'm going to introduce more colour, more Van Dyke brown, much darker along here. Much darker. And let a kind of a texture where it's rocky, stony. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the camera to come right up close to me here, please. And as usual, you know my form. I'm going on here with my contact paper, and I'm going to pull it off. And you have the hook lighthouse of Hook Head right along there. And all you need to do now is bring on a bit of Van Dyke brown here, right along there. Just soften it down. And a bit of yellow ochre. And just put in a few highlights, but not too much. And let it run down into the sea there. This lighthouse has saved many, many lives over the years. Now down here, I'm also going to bring some highlights. Again, with the yellow ochre. And just let it fall down into the sea. Don't kill the darks. Whatever you do, your best friend is your dark. And let it sit on the old Van Dyke brown. Here, again, Van Dyke brown all along this cliff face here. All along the cliff face. Right down, pull it down into the water. Don't be afraid of it. Right down, coax it down and say, please come down for me. Caress it. And again, I'm going to highlight that bit of white, bit of dark sienna, and just here and there put some highlights in on them, in on this. But just down, pull them down into the water, as though you were coming down standing on the edge. I think you could get a lot of mackerel along here. Right down into the water's edge. And coming down with the fall of ground. But don't kill the darks now. And here and there, in and out where the eddies, where little buds and things would live. And the gulls would sit up there at night when they want to roost. And now soften the top of that with the knife. I'm using the little narrow part of the knife to soften so you don't know where one started or the other finished. I don't want this grass to be too green, and that's why it's done with yellow ochre. I want it to be quite the land wouldn't be the best there now, so we don't want it to be looking like green pastures either. Right there. So I'm going to get my 1-inch brush here and coax that down. And so I want to say, please, Mr. Rockface, please come down into the painting for me. Please come down. I wanted to create the illusion of a reflection coming right down in there. And again, wipe your brush and go across it very gently, and ask it to sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down into the painting for me. And it will. It will if you talk nice to it. Now, next I'm going to get is create a little bit of surf all along here. We're coming a little bit closer now, so we can get just titanium white, maybe a bit of liquid white, and you can just push it up. Try and make the all noises. Coming a little bit closer and catch it. Don't catch the top of it. Just catch the wave and pull it down as though it was heading for the shore. And if you throw your line out there, you'll surely get a mackerel this year. Must be lots of mackerel in Ireland this year. I don't know if Sean fishes for mackerel or not, but I used to do a lot of fishing, and sometimes for mackerel, but I'm too lazy now. I like my fishing, but I like to go trout fishing. And any ones that I don't want, I just put them back again, unless I want them for the table. Now here, I'm going to and I'm going to catch again, catch the old wave and put it down. Right down, and talk to it nicely. Please come down, Mr. Wave. Please come down. There's a lot of jagged rocks along here now. Really serious jagged ones. So I'm going to create, perhaps, let's get in over there before I go any further, in under here, and create a water line here. Before the surf will hit it. Right in there. Do it with the knife, and don't try to have it too uniform. Break it up a little bit. Now, the people of Wexford will have to practice their cock accents as well if they want this paint to sit down proper for them. But anyway, all my Wexford friends, hello. I hope you're all painting, fishing and painting. It's a great county and all up around there. Waterford for fishing. Well known, lovely people up along there. And that's what we want. Now I'm going to put in some rocks, serious rocks here. They're very jagged, like so. You'd cut your feet off of them. And you want to watch it. The boat now wouldn't want to hit those. Not in the wind coming in at night or anything from mackerel fishing. So you want to be careful of them. And make sure you have your life jacket on. And again, catch them and say, please, Mr. Rock, please sit down for me. Pull it down and go across it. And to throw a shadow down into the water. It will sit down. And again, just go in under the rock with your knife and offload some of that liquid white. You can do this with the titanium white too, but I'm too lazy now. I'm a lazy man's painter. And this is already tinned out. But if you tin it out with the titanium white, it will do the very same for you. And there you are. You have another rock there. And over here, I put another one there. Serious one. Oh my God. Anyway. This is after all those years of evolution, of wear and tear from the seas coming in along there. And again, just highlight it here and there, and don't go to too much detail with it. Tell it to sit down. Get your brush and say, please, Mr. Rock, sit down. Sit down, Mr. Wexford Rock. And again. And that's all those fellas, the way they treated Cork in the in the hurling last weekend, the cheek of them to be taken on Cork like that. But we'll have the replay, and here we go in under this. Right in under it, and just cut into it and ask it to sit down. And here now we have also, I've got to stand back now and look at some of this. Maybe that little surf would, and just pull that down there. Pull it in there, it will make it sit down for you. And here now we have a lot of rock all along here. And it's all very jagged, really jagged. So don't be afraid. You'll want just your boots on if you're going to walk along here. Really jagged rocks. Don't leave the children go and play off of these now, because it's too dangerous. Too dangerous. We want them to go on holidays, but we don't want any tragedies. Don't mix it properly. Make sure it's all different. If you mix it pure properly to be all the one colour, the other way, there's lots of colours inside there. So you don't need a whole lot of paint, but very, very little. And that's all. You cut across it, get your roll of paint on the knife, and then that's all you want, that roll of paint. And again, just highlight some of these. This area, as I said, preceded the main conquest of Ireland, the main invasion. And the cheek of them to come here without being invited. But anyway, we're over that now. And all we want to do now is have nice paintings. and all those people in Britain and everywhere that if they see this programme, you're very welcome to come to Ireland and paint along with us. Today was a very special day in the studio because Sean had come in from the Dublin City Ramblers, came in, we introduced it to him. You have seen the beautiful work he has done in a short time. And I want to sincerely thank Sean for coming on board and taking up the system, and to say thank you very much indeed, Sean, and to say thank you for the background music, which is fabulous. I think everybody in Ireland is going to enjoy the background music. Ireland, my Ireland. I've already started to hum it, I must get the words off. I'll sing that in my local pub one night. And to say sincerely thank you, Sean, and till we meet again, God Mila Mahagut, Shlan Lat, and God bless you all, my friends.
Oh, I'm coming back home to Ireland.